Hey, what's up, everybody? Chief here. Thanks for joining me on this lovely, cold Sunday afternoon. At least it's freezing cold where I am. Hopefully, you guys have had a great weekend. And let me know if the audio is good for you guys. What's up, Jason? Anonymous Gamer, DK Drift King, Car Guy. You're starting a YouTube channel? Good luck with that. Mustard McGee. Interesting name. What's up, Pro Killer? Ernie? JK, Crap City? Alright, so looks like everybody can hear me and we are good to go. Hey, you don't know that. Maybe he is a legit Pro Killer. Alright, so like I said, everybody, welcome to the podcast. And so with today's podcast, we decided to do things just a little bit different. Instead of us picking the topic and just going on with it for about an hour, hour and a half, we decided let's go ahead and turn the reins over to you all and just kind of have an open forum podcast. So for today's podcast, Islander and myself, we will be discussing the topics that you guys bring up in chat as we go along. Hopefully we will get to everybody, and hopefully we can address any questions or thoughts or ideas, whatever it is that you guys might have along the way. And that's kind of what we're going to do with this one. So hopefully you guys are ready for it and ready to participate. So let me go ahead and pull Islander into the stream here and we will get things rolling. Hey, what's up, Islander?
What's going on, Jeep? How the hell are you, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. How you doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
Cool. So you've been finishing up your house? A little bit of remodeling, I heard.
Yeah, a lot of remodeling. About $22,000 worth of remodeling. So I am broke as a joke. There's no money for WR. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to live without my funds for a while because I got to catch up on a lot of stuff. But we finally got everything redone. Got the ceilings redone, the tile, the kitchen, the cabinets, the granite, just the whole 9 yards. We went all out.
Nice, nice. Well, I know what that's like. I had to. We were gonna remodel my house, and we were gonna start with the upstairs, and we moved everything into the downstairs, and then we had a bad flood in the downstairs, and ended up having to remodel the whole damn house. And man, it was rough. But
yeah, it was
cool. All right, so I explained to the viewers kind of what we're going to be doing today with the open forum and letting them kind of drive the bus and hope for the best. So we'll, kind of get some things rolling here, and I don't know, see what the viewers have to talk about.
All right, let's see. Islander's voice is low compared to Chief. Is it just my tone, or is it just the overall volume there, DL?
I could probably bump him up a little bit. I think
just a little bit.
I think I normally have that channel a little bit lower because usually when it's in use, it's in squad, so it kind of helps to break the squad
okay, there you go.
noise a little bit. So hopefully that's a little bit better. I bumped you up a little bit.
Hopefully that works for you guys out there. Oh, guys, y'all are gonna dictate the pace of this podcast. Y'all gonna let us know what you want to talk about. We're gonna be trying to monitor the live chat as much as possible, and then we're gonna go from there. So, y'all got questions? Start firing them away. Any topics you want to talk about? Matchmaking economy update 5.6, which is right around the corner. We got the Italian robots coming in. The platinum. They're gonna have 3 different variations of upgrades. There's gonna be a lot of upgrading. We'll give you our opinions on them, and then y'all fire back at.
Oh, I've got one. Just a quick discussion while we're waiting for some input from everybody here. I recently put out a video about a controller that I use for War Robots, right? It's something that I just recently started using, did a lot of research and stuff, and I mainly use the controller just because I have some dexterity issues and stuff. So, it just helps me out. Man, I had this dude on Facebook just ripping into me, calling me a cheater and all this other crap. And I was like, whoa, dude. Whoa. Hold on a minute. I'm not using an emulator. I mean, I know, emulators are widely used in War Robots, and it's perfectly okay and acceptable for everybody to do it. But damn, emulator dudes have way more of an advantage over somebody using a controller. And I was just wondering, what do you guys think? I mean, because so far it's been a popular video, and I've seen a lot, mostly positive feedback from everybody. It seems like everybody in the War Robots community has just been waiting to find a controller that worked. And, but this one dude, man, he just, I don't know, man, he hit me the wrong way, and I was...
Let me throw you a little curveball, because Big J built me a computer. I don't know if you remember that or not. And, of course, we hooked up War Robots onto it, and I was going to start using the emulator and try that out. And I got on the emulator and I started playing, but it had a lot of bugs. It did have a lot of little bugs. The robot would run sideways, and it would get stuck, or all kinds of stuff would happen on knock. But when I finally got it going up and good, and I was running a keyboard and mouse, it didn't have the same smooth play as running the keyboard as it did just playing it on the tablet. And I noticed my damage was down. I noticed my aiming and my shooting was off. And I played it for about 2 months. Finally said the hell with it, and I left the computer emulator part of it just to come back to my old ass tablet where I get more lag, but the gameplay for me was still smoother than the computer. So people that use computer, it just takes a while to get used to it. But I just personally could not get used to it. I am stuck to using a tablet. Or a device versus playing it on a...
Right. And I mean, I'm used to playing it on my iPad, but I mean, after a couple hours, man, my arms just can't hold the damn iPad no more. So for me, that's why I went with it. But it seems like a lot of people are really into these things. So
well, the Google Stadia is going to be coming out, and the Google Stadia is going to be a handheld controller for any device or phone that you want to add to your deal, and you'll be able to connect your Google Stadia to your 55, 60, 65, 70 inch TV, so you could technically be playing War Robots on a gigantic ass screen. So right. That's going to be coming up, and that's new, just coming down the pipe.
Cool. Anyway, I just thought I'd put the question out there because, man, that dude just pissed me off. But anyway, Car Guy, I see your question. Be careful spamming. YouTube's getting real bad about people that spam, especially in live streams. I'd hate to see you get banned. But your question is, what if you can sell your robot's weapons to other players for whatever price you want if the other person agrees? Personally, I am 100% against that idea, and the reason why isn't so much because I don't want people to have more access to stuff, but it's because every single game I have ever played that had a player selling market has been 100% taken over by third-party sellers, and it ruins the game. Just absolutely ruins the game. It ruins the game economy. It ruins the player experience. And even though you might have the best of intentions to, just be able to get rid of your unwanted stuff, share it with other players, it never actually works that way in any game.
Yeah, my experience with that in the past is somebody at some point is going to get taken advantage of. The system will get manipulated, or you're going to have some guys wheel and deal. Some kids gets a leech, and you're going to give them 2 orchids for it. And they work a really bad deal, and somebody always seems to get messed over on it. It hasn't been good in the past. I mean, theoretically, it's an awesome idea. I have a Leech and you have a Phantom, and we both have each of us have 2 of each, and we want to trade 1 for 1. Okay, it's a legitimate deal, but it doesn't always work out that way, and systems get manipulated and creates a lot of hostility in the community around you once all that stuff's happening. That's not to mention what Chief just said about third-party dealers that are going to jump in this and just wreck things crazy. And now it's a good idea in theory, but when you actually put it into play, it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, and you know, it's really just about the health of the game. Yeah, from my standpoint.
Let's see what we got here.
Mustard was asking top three medium, light, and heavy weapons.
Okay, we can cover that.
My
As of right now, I'm going to say as far as the heavy weapons, I would go with Avengers, okay? And even though they're a little bit harder to operate, the Embers, okay? And then, of course, the Glory. Those are my top three as far as the heavies. What do you think, Chief?
for heavy, I would go Glory, Viper, and Avenger.
There you go. Medium. That's you guys gonna be. Well, two of them are shotguns right at the back. The Storm and the Corona. Okay. And third, I would definitely. Well, actually, at the third, you can go with just about any other medium slot, especially if you're running well, not any medium. Let me rephrase that. Okay. But you can use the kinetics. You can use the rockets, and you know if you got four of them on a Leech or even a Spectre, four of any medium weapon is a solid build. So that just goes up to you. But if I had to pick one, I would bring in the Punisher Tees, which are very cheap, guys. They are like cheap to upgrade, and they do an insane amount of power. I just finished upgrading my four, okay? And I have tested them out, and they do a lot of damage, especially if you have the group reducing ability, okay? So that would be my three right there. The two shotguns and go to the old Punisher T. What about you, Chief?
I agree with the shotguns. Storm and Corona are definitely some of my top. I just love the shotgun weapons in general. But I think for a third one, I would probably go for Pulsar. I'm not much of a long range player, but man, Pulsar are so effective and they do a lot of damage. And I think where they excel at doing their damage is because most players just kind of brush it off when they're getting hit with Pulsar. They're like, oh, you know, it's like a little bee sting or something, you know. It's like, yeah, it's not really hurting me, but it adds up, and it adds up quick. And
it's irritating when you get hit by them.
yeah, so
it's really irritating to see that little spark light up on your side. It just makes you run, man.
yeah.
Light weapons. We're gonna go with the Halo. We're gonna stick with the Gust. Those two are the primary damage doers as far as that's concerned. A third, man, you know, I really can't say that I have a third light as far as the light weapons are concerned. It doesn't matter if it's rockets or anything else. So I would just stick with two as far as going down to the light weapons. Maybe the igniter or the small flame does a pretty good deal amount of damage. What do you think?
You know, I agree. Once again, I lean towards shotgun. You know, shotgun's 100%. So the Gust and the Halo are definitely up there for me. And I think for a third one, I might actually go for the Spark.
You know what? I didn't think about the Spark. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not a fan of lock-on weapons, but you know, if used correctly, it's good. And all of them, you know, the Spark, the Calamity, and the Scourge, they're all so OP because they're not like, for whatever reason, Pixonic just kept buffing them because, you know, for whatever reason. But the way they're supposed to work is really weak damage from, you know, at max range, and then really good damage at close range. But instead, it's more like really good damage at max range and super good damage at close range. So,
well, once you tack on the pilot skills and the boosters and the module and everything else that you get to tack onto it, you know, in reality, it was like that. But once we started adding pilot skills and this extra damage and that extra damage, you know, things just got crazy. You know, the same thing with some of the speed bots. I mean, some of these things just fly across the map now in ridiculous speeds. So, you know, I think, you know, the pilots and the boosters have a lot to do as far as that's concerned.
yeah.
See.
Hey, what's up,
Anonymous
AD?
Gamer. Chief Islander, what do you guys, what's your input on these live server hackers, the people who keep coming in? Okay. hackers have been around since the dawn of time. We'll report them. We'll give them their ID, but they're just going to go open another account and start it over again. The good thing is that they are not out there in mass drones. So you're going to have a few players that they will manipulate the system, and I think hackers is just something we're going to have to deal with. It's just become part of the find a hacker out there every now and then. I don't know what the fun hacking is. It's it might be just for trolling, but it doesn't serve a purpose. I wish there was a better way that we could ban these accounts, but as of right now, we're just kind of stuck with them, bud.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why people hack. It's kind of stupid. You don't gain anything, and you don't prove your skill, at playing a game in any way. So it's just really kind of stupid. All it does is hurt the gaming community in any game. Now there probably is more that companies can do. I know there are some companies out there. I mean, they'll ban IP addresses, they'll ban device tags. So I mean, there's other things they can do, but how far are they willing to go? And there's always a workaround. I mean, let's face it, if people figured out how to hack, then they probably know how to work around getting access again. So let's see, Ernie.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Ernie, thank you very much for the dono. And yeah, he says, new weapons, which bots will be best suited for them? He's been using his Strider. What do we think? Well, I'm not a fan of the new weapons. Just not at all. But they can be effective on some robots. Very limited, though, in my opinion. I think it has to be a fast robot, something that is going to be, like a robot that's best suited for it. Like I did a video for the Aojun with the Glacier, and the reason why the Aojun is very effective using the Glacier is because it's a hit and run robot. You fly in real quick, you drop all of your burst damage, and then you fly away to safety, and you're away long enough to get a full reload on the weapon. Another robot I've heard is pretty decent with it is the Phantom. If you play the Phantom in the role of a hit and run robot, and I can see that being fairly effective, but I think it's really going to be limited to those fast robots that just get in there, can dump the damage real quick, and get back out really fast and basically hide until you get all of your rockets back, because if you don't have all your rockets back, you shouldn't be getting into an engagement with those weapons.
Yeah, they do pretty good damage, especially once you get your freeze on. I do like them. I think they're pretty cool. They're not having the effect in the game I thought they were going to have. I thought it would really just bog the game down, but it really hasn't. You have to hit your target so many times before you can create that freeze effect. But it doesn't last as long as I thought it would have. So I mean, all in all, it's good. But like she said, you got to have a quick moving bot. Get in, drop your payload, and get the hell out. Because if you think you're going to put somebody in last stand and then stay there and finish them off with those weapons, you're making a really bad mistake, and you will pay for it quickly. So get in, drop your payload, get out, get ready for the next engagements. And that would be the best way. I think Chief pretty much covered that in a nutshell with his. So I'm just going to go ahead and support that call right there.
All right. And Rocket Man is asking about emulators, good emulators to use on Android. I'm on iOS, so we really don't have many people using emulators for iOS. It's really more of an Android thing.
Yeah,
and I honestly have
the one
no
I
idea.
hear everybody working with is BlueStacks. I was running Nox on mine. BlueStacks is, I guess, is the newer one, but I'm not running it, so there's not much I can give you there. I think you probably do better finding out, getting the information on Facebook on that one, put it out there and see what the guys that are using it have to comment. Just get ready for a lot of haters that are going to jump in on that.
Or if there's anybody here in the chat, I'm sure there are people here in the chat that use
sure you
emulator.
Might somebody here in the chat that can give you some
if
advice.
you use Nox, was it Mimu or BlueStacks? Which one is the best that you guys have found? And maybe tag Rocketman so that you might be able to give that a try.
Michael Smith, any news on the Xmas update? The Titans. Okay. Yeah, I covered that in a video. I think it was yesterday, Mike. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I did a rundown on the Titans and what they were going to do and what they were going to be about. But in a nutshell, we know that they're coming in. We're going to get them at level 30. The 6th slot is free. My advice to anybody: we're supposed to receive a little lump sum of platinum, and then we'll be earning the platinum daily. All right, in our daily task as of now. Now, my recommendation to you, since we're getting the kit for free, and that's going to be our first one. If you're going to upgrade anything, upgrade the weapons if they're upgradable. All right. As far as upgrading your bot, I recommend that you don't hoard your silver, keep it. All right. In every 3 bots that come out, we know we get a meta bot of some kind. We don't know which one of these 3 will be the meta. All right. But let everybody else figure that out before you go and drop your platinum. Those that are going to upgrade it right away, yeah, they're going to have an advantage on the field because they're going to have the more upgraded. But I'm willing to sit back and take a few ass kickings to find out which one of those 3 is going to be the meta and which one am I going to invest my hard-earned platinum on versus making a serious mistake and then taking a long time to try to recover some of those resources without actually paying real money to get that back. So let other people make the mistake. People are going to let you know right away which is the pre-meta bot, which is the premier bot, and which ones are not worth the damn. My early indication will be the Alming. I think the Alming will be the top bot, but that's just an early assessment. But wait it out. Be patient. Don't jump in there right away, spend all your resources, and then say, damn, I made a mistake. You don't want to be that guy.
And just to echo a little bit of the caution, definitely be careful when you're getting these new Titans and weapons. Don't jump right into it and start upgrading because we know we're getting the kid. Okay, the kid is not the most fun of the 3 robots, and I know Islander is leaning more towards the Alming as being the meta Titan. Personally, I don't think any of these 3 will actually be a quote-unquote meta Titan. I think the first one that is sold straight up on its own as a premium, basically the next generation of Titan is going to be the one that is going to seriously take over the field, because this was their first shot at it, and they're still trying to figure things out. So I don't think any of the 3 are really that great or super powerful. The Alming, I think, does have some benefits to it over the other 2, but man, I can tell you it's going to be pretty pricey to upgrade and max these things out, and it's not going to be something you're going to be able to acquire that platinum really fast. And that was a question that I think Dawn had, asking about how are we going to get platinum. Yeah, we're going to get probably a small amount of platinum when we first get the robot. It's probably not even going to be enough to upgrade anything, to be honest with you, and we've got to upgrade the robot itself, we've got to upgrade all the weapons and probably all of the modules, because they do have their own modules. The only way for sure I know 100% without a doubt the way you're going to get access to platinum is they're going to sell it to you. 100% they are going to sell it to you. They might bring some in through daily tasks, a little bit, not enough to really bank, and maybe if we're lucky we'll get some in post battle, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, to be honest with you.
Let's see, I got a question here. Islander, do you got any news on the Bastion? No, there is no news on the Bastion. The Bastion has not come to light. All this thing that we had about artificial intelligence drones going out and doing damage and doing fighting for you has gone by the wayside. Okay, we have seen that in other mech games, all right, where you have a little drone that hangs around and defends you and fights with you and goes out and does some attacks. But that if they were going to bring it in, they're not anymore, or they put it on the back burner for now. So no word on the Bastion as of yet.
DL Carburetor is asking, what do you guys think is the best way to survive in Master League without any top modules like Last Stand? I
Oh
don't.
yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, just
Run,
no,
run.
no.
You get your shots in. You're always going to be playing in reverse. You know, do your damage when you can do it, but you got to be on a move until you effectively put that person in his last stand. Then he's free game. But if I did not have last stand, I would not sit there and try to match. It's a lot of maneuvering. All right, it's a lot of peekaboo style of play. Okay, I don't know what Chief would do, but that's what I would do.
Well, I mean, I have a Champion League alt account that has. I mean, it doesn't even have the silver modules upgraded on it. So, I mean, you can get into Champion League without the modules. That's not a problem. But you do have to play defensively. You can't be real aggressive in your play because you're just gonna find yourself cut out in the open, and you don't have that fallback. You know. And if you don't have the premium modules, then you probably don't have a ton of power cells. So you also can't really rely on like phase shift, you know, as maybe like an oh shit emergency. You probably can you know, substitute a phase shift every now and then, but I wouldn't rely real heavily on it. The biggest thing is, man, just use cover. Be careful what robots you engage, and just play defensively. Don't you know, don't overreact to whatever's going on in the game. Just and it's actually a really good skillful way to learn how to play. If you need to really brush up on your game skills, like seriously, take the premium modules, take the last stands off, don't use the active modules, and you'll get crushed at first, but once you start learning how to play like that again, your skill level is going to be way better.
I agree. As a matter of fact, I was just telling Chief right before we jumped on the air. I actually have a friend, and he is straight up wallet warrior. He has more money to spend than you could think of. The guy owns hotels, and you know, he just has money coming out of every pocket. He's got money to blow. He's got nothing else to spend it on, so he enjoys War Robots. So he maxes out all the stuff, but he never learned to play the game. He never came up. He never started from scratch. He came in and just bought everything that was new, thinking it's the best. You know, his damage levels are not all that, or his scores is not all that, and his win percentages are definitely not where they should be. And I finally got the guy to send me the video because he wanted to know what he was doing wrong. So he sends me the video, and basically because he's MK2, all maxed out, has last stand, thinks he can just charge into any engagement and thinks he's going to come out on top. So he runs into the middle of the battlefield. Everybody drops payload on him. He's in and dead within a matter of seconds, but he still can't figure out what he's doing wrong, because since in his little mind, he's all maxed out, so he should have the advantage over everybody. That's not the case. Just because you have maxed out bot doesn't mean that's going to give you it might give you a tactical advantage between two players that are even a skill level, but if you're going to be playing with a reckless abandonment, it does absolutely nothing for you except put silver in somebody else's pocket. So money does not buy skill, guys. All right, skill is acquired along the way. Money just gives you that little tactical advantage if you're going to be purchasing and getting the new stuff up to par before everybody else. But in all honesty, the new weapons, the cryos, they're okay. But I still prefer a lot of the older weapons over the new generation coming out, hands down.
Right. Okay, seen a couple of questions about the Leech. Things like Loans Baker, has the Leech been an issue for us? Somebody else was asking about with the Leech being so OP, why does Pixonic continue to nerf the Ares? You know, I don't think that we're going to see more nerfs coming to the Ares, to be honest with you. I know they were testing that rebalance to the Pantheons, but then they out of nowhere released the Shield Breaker, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for now. So I don't suspect we'll see that Pantheon rebalance. But as far as the Leech is not really a problem. The only time it's a problem is when there's like 4 or 5 of them on the field. You know?
Right. As of right now, I am having my way with the leeches. Right now, using the still using the my pursuer. My pursuer is just having a field day with the leeches in free for all. I go in, get my damage, get out. It's a hit and run type of fighting. But I can put them in last stand in no time short. It doesn't matter if they leech onto me, as long as they're not getting shot or I'm not shooting them. I'm not taking that acquired extra damage. So then they're just leeched onto me. I use the Death Survivor ability on the pilot, so I can even afford to run in on the second engagement, allow them to knock me down, have my ability reactivate, and then within about 10 seconds or 5 seconds, that bot's dead. So the one-on-one leech engagements, we're figuring them out really, really quick, okay? The problem is, like Chief said, it's when you get a whole clan of them, all right? And they have 2 or 3 of them, and now you're dealing with not just 6, but 18 of them. That's when it becomes a problem. And there was no difference with that than there was with the Ares, right? Still same type of problem. Back then, it was just a train. Now it's not a train, it's a 90% resistance. And God, man, I'm not sure what to tell you as far as that's concerned, but the Ares is still an effective bot. You just got to play in reverse mode now. It's not a charging type of bot anymore. You got to sit back and keep your distance and effectively make your kills. But with the guys that are running Shield Breaker, even that's become an issue. So it's just Ares is no longer the meta bot anymore. It's really not. Leech is the way to go, or stick with something that has stealth. The Aljunes, the Pursuers are still very, very good. Even the Blitzes are kicking butt. So, as far as the kick of the Ares had its payday, and now it's going to just be a competitive bot if you know how to use it. So get your skills down.
Right, and D's Nuts was asking if we think the Ares needs a buff because of how OP the Leech is, and my answer to that is flat out no.
No.
The Ares, it had, kind of like Islander said, it had its day, and that it's over. People, let me just put it, I mean, some people may not like this, what I'm about to say, but that's fine. It's my opinion. People were warned what was going to happen if they continued using Ares in the way they were using it in the game. The players, they were warned. And they didn't listen. Nobody wanted to take it upon themselves. Everybody just wanted to continue building Ares after Ares after Ares after Ares, and running those trains because it was super strong and OP. And now everybody's sitting there saying, "What the hell? Now I got all these Ares that I can't freaking use, and it's the end of the world because I can't run in there and be completely OP anymore." Sorry, too bad.
Right.
Too bad.
I mean, it had its day in the sun. Real quick, Deadly Killer. I would like to see Islander take down leeches with his Pursuer. Not sure you can do it, but that's something I do on the daily. It's every day. I have it up on a lot of my videos. Go there, check out my channel. You can see a lot of interaction with the leeches. Is the Pursuer an OP bot? No, it's not an OP bot. I will make Pursuer OP, all right, and that's just my bot of choice, and I'll put it up against anything in the game. Now I will not talk the same kind of smack if I was running a Mercury, because I sucked at a Mercury from day one and I still suck with it. But in the Pursuer, I will make it do whatever I want it to do, and I'm confident to take on any engagement. So, Deadly Killer, if you want to see some action with the Pursuer, it's all over my channel, bud. Have at it.
And that was a good question somebody had about the kind of back to the Titans, and sorry for the back and forth on, but you guys are running it, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing too much stuff. But somebody was asking, what do we think would be better for taking on the Titans, a speed bot or a tank? And that's a good question, because I think it's going to depend on the map. I think it's going to depend on how aggressive your gameplay is. But I think in general, I think a tank is probably going to do better, with some exception. Of course, something like an Aljun who can do a very good hit and run, like tons and tons of damage. I think they're going to do really well against all the Titans. But you know, something like the I don't know, a tank that has damage resistance and can actually get into that radius of the Titan to actually get that brawling going with it. Is it going to win head to head? Probably not. But if it can get in there and do quite a bit of damage to it and keep it occupied while your team takes down the Titan, I think that's going to be the best way to do it. A speed bot is usually lower health, and doesn't do quite as much damage, and you can't get close because you'll just get destroyed by all of their built-in AoE damage. So,
and soon I'll have the Pursuer versus the Titan. Y'all stay tuned for that. Guys, the Titans will be played no differently than we have played the Invaders and the traditional Falcons and these bots that have heavy resistance. There's very little difference that we're going to do against these bots than we have the other bots. If you have some type of stealth ability, that's going to be a big plus. Okay, but these guys, these are big old oak trees. Okay, you're not going to take them down with the one swing of the axe. They got to be chopped down. So your tactical play will come in, get your shots in, get out. All right, reload, redo your abilities. Make sure you have your stealth when you're running. They do not have lockdown. They do not have freeze on their weapons. So they're going to have to rely on brute force. If you're going to be impatient, you're going to die. It's simple as that, okay? So attack with your buddies, attack in tandems, and we're going to do okay against these Titans. They're nothing more than big, gigantic, fat, huge, juicy, 12 Big Mac eating bags of silver for us, guys. Our economy should bump up ridiculous, all right? I want to see who's the first player that's going to score $1 billion in damage, man. I mean, there's somebody going to hit that $1 billion damage mark when these Titans come out. I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody's going to do it.
Yeah, it's I agree. Titans are just big, fat, slow bags of silver, and you just have to be careful how you approach them. The good thing about the Titans is they're so freaking slow. It's not like you have to worry about a Titan going over and stealing your beacon, right?
No.
so you can just you have plenty of time to just focus on how you approach them and how you're going to take them down and try to work as a team. I think that's the key, trying to work as a team. But it all depends too on when somebody drops their Titan. What part of the game, do you wait until there's only 2 reds left and then you drop your Titan knowing that 2 reds cannot take you out? I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's going to be a lot of new tactics that are going to hit the game, which is kind of part of the reason I'm excited to see Titans. New tactics and mainly a ton of damage and health on the battlefield. Man, the silver is going to be great. Well, not great. It's still crap, but it's going to be great compared to what it is now.
That's so funny. It's still crap, but oh my goodness, yeah. The only way you get good silver, guys, is to run the premium and run a booster, or get a video ad at the same time, along with a silver booster. That's the only way you're going to generate any decent silver. Other than that, if you're not running premium, you get whatever you get at the end of the game, and hopefully you get a video to give you a little perk. But that's it. But with these big bots coming in, even a non-premium player should still be able to score a decent amount of silver. At least we're hoping. Okay. Now, how relevant will silver be in the upcoming updates of the game? We'll soon find out. Okay. Everything seems to be going to be leading towards the platinum. But we still need to maintain our regular bots. And I'm just kind of hoping that this deal that we got going on with the Titans, okay, is not going to be a passing of the guard. All right, we're not going to hand off the torch from what the bots we have right now to a brand new Titan style game. That would be horrible. All right, I don't think they'll do that. I think they're just trying something different. A lot of the games that are out there have their warriors, and then every single game seems to have a king of some kind. All we're doing is adding our king to this game. He's just coming late to the party. That's all.
All right. Just trying to scroll through some chat here, but it keeps bouncing around. I think I'm a few minutes
Yeah, I
behind,
know.
so
I'm scrolling up and down,
I'm
seeing if we
trying.
miss anybody. Any news on the Christmas operations? Michael Smith. No, bud, not yet. All right. As soon as we get news, it won't be 5 minutes after we get the news that we're not going to hit you guys up and let you know in some shape or form. I tend to release my news channels immediately, but all of the YouTubers are pretty much good about getting you information as soon as it comes out. So you can pay attention to Chief and to Adrian and all the out there that are going to get you the information as quick as possible. AD is real good about getting his information out as well. So just keep a look at it. When you see those notifications come up, you'll see something coming out real soon. We're not too far away from it, but we are still in the Halloween update. So we still got a little time to go before we start talking about Christmas. I just did the early assessment on the 5.6 because we know that the Titan bots are going to be coming in for Christmas. And I would have actually thought that they would have released the cryo weapons. I actually think those would have been better with a Christmas release, since they do add the freezing effect.
I don't know. Well, I know you're in Texas, but it's already freezing where I'm at. So.
Yeah, well, we got down all the way to 54 degrees this past weekend. Is that cold? No.
No.
Well, you know what? For South Texas, where we're used to an average of 105, 110 a day, 54 is pretty damn cold, Chief.
Right. Well, I don't know. I'm in the 20s and not enjoying life, so.
Yeah.
All right. And I did see a quick question on the Titans too, on whether or not the weapons are going to be interchangeable between the Titans. And as far as I know, yes, they will be interchangeable.
Yeah.
I know they're going to allow us to swap them out and whatnot. Now, how much they're going to cost or how you're going to acquire them out, that we don't know. But yeah, you'll be able to put your own style.
That's a good question there, Chief. We played the bots. All right, we know kind of what we're going to be getting on. We have the three style of weapons. We got the rockets. We got the dragoon style weapons, and we got the kinetics. Which one did you like the best out of all of
them? Well, as much as I hate rockets, I gotta say that I think the rockets were the most effective, but I liked the kinetics the best. I'm not much of a camper, so the dragoons, yeah, take that out of here. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with the rockets, and simply because you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be peekabooing around corners. And the rockets are going to be your most effective to get the players that are hiding around corners using that splash damage. Kinetics and the Dragoon style weapons will need the line of sight. The only one you're going to hit around corners is going to be the rockets, and that's why I like them. They have the splash damage.
And let's see, JK, he's asked this question a couple times now, asking he's concerned on whether or not the damage done to Titans is going to count towards silver, and yes, it will. It counts towards your damage, your battle damage for the final report. So I don't think you need to have any concerns over that. I'd be more concerned over the funky math they use to figure out how much your damage equates to silver, but that's a whole nother story. Let's see here. You have snow there.
Yeah. For a minute, so you got the message board.
Say that again. You disconnected.
From my oh, sorry.
Oh, no,
I had
okay.
to step away from the tablet for a minute, so you got the message board.
Oh, all right. I'm actually getting towards the end of the message board here, so will lockdown weapons and suppression work against the Titans? As far as I know, yes. I didn't see them or any issues with those working on test server. Any news yet on when the latest community paint jobs will be released? And the community bot. No.
they've gotten kind of quiet on that whole community paint job. They released the paint job winners, and we actually never saw that skin make it into the game. We saw something very similar to it in
There was
the
supposed to be four skins.
right, which is that special bot we got, the Aljun, the Deathwing. We saw something very similar to it in the Deathwing, but that wasn't the community winner.
No, there were two Aojun paint jobs were selected. An Ares, and I don't remember the last robot, but there were four they selected.
It was Aljun.
And yeah, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd honestly kind of write it off, to be honest with you, at this point. You know, they've kind of shifted gears too on paint jobs and paint schemes since then. You know, they've gone more towards the legendary paint jobs instead of introducing new regular gold paint jobs. So I don't know, honestly, if we'll ever see them. Oh,
But
yeah, Invader. Yeah, Invader.
That is something we can ask with our contacts to find out, are they going to release those paint jobs that they won the community event? That's something we can definitely do for them too.
Yeah, and the community bot, I think that one we'll probably see, but it's going to take them quite a while. I think they have to try and, well, first get it all programmed and designed, and then get all that approved. I don't know if we'll get testing on that one. I don't think we got to test the what was the first community paint community bot that we got? What was that? What was that called?
The Bolt.
Yeah, the Bolt. I don't think we got to test the Bolt before it was released. But so I imagine we probably won't get to test the new one before it's released. But you know, I don't know when that's going to be. I probably won't expect it, honestly, anytime this year. My personal opinion. I think it just takes a while.
Yeah, let's see here. Gentile, cross platforms. Man, from your lips to the Pixar God's ears, brother. We don't know what's up with the cross platform. We were hoping to get it this year. Doesn't look like we're going to get it this year unless they got something really sneaky up their sleeve for the end of the year update. But I don't see the cross platform coming this particular year. But it would be great. I mean, cross platform is something that would bring the whole community together. The only bad part about the cross-platform is going to be Android and iOS, all right? So Steam and Game Room and everybody else that are the other two platforms are going to be on the outside looking in, and we'll probably have a lot of frustration over there. But, you know, it's a step in the right direction. If and when it's going to happen, we don't know, partner.
Lone was asking about feedback for the new weapons. I think we touched on it earlier. Yeah, just don't. My personal feedback, don't use them unless you really, really want to. They're expensive, and what you get from them is not anything better than what's already in the game for those slots. So, I mean, if you're super excited for them, definitely, you know, spend the resources, level them up, and have some fun. But overall, I honestly can't recommend to people to spend too many resources upgrading them.
No, keep your resources somewhere else. You know, it's a lot of silver to upgrade, okay? And you can get just as much damage out of a shotgun style weapon or a kinetic style weapon than you can out of these particular rockets, all right? They're just new, they're different, but that doesn't make them better, all right? Just because it's the newest item in the game does not make it the best, okay? And that goes for bots and weapons alike. You know, abilities will make the bots maybe OP, all right, in the right hands. But there's a lot of people out there that have these bots that don't know how to use them, so of course they're not OP at all. So as far as wasting your silver, until you see everybody in the game using them, all right, and granted, a lot of people have them already, you just don't see them out there as much because I don't think they're having the effect that people thought that they were going to. They wasted a lot of resources upgrading them. So be patient and use your resources in a better direction with something that is tested and proven already.
Right. Let me see. Mac. Almost not worth playing anymore. Nothing but reconnecting, dead bot, reconnecting, dead bot. Very frustrating. Um, I've been there. Haven't actually experienced that actually recently at all. I think every once in a while I might get like a reconnecting error, but that's usually right around or just before an update is coming out. But it's I can understand your frustration. I mean, yeah, there's so many things that could be causing that, though. It could be the game, it could be something on your end, it could be something with your ISP, your cell provider. Um, Honestly, it could be so many different things that could be causing that. But definitely, I understand your frustration.
Yeah, lately I seem to be having more problems with the Pixel and playing on top of Confetti lately. Okay, and as far as my disconnects, they are my connection issues always seem to happen when I'm watching a video ad. Okay, and now I play on a certain type of device, and then it's an older device, and I got buddies that are running the Tab S4 and the Tabs S6, and they don't seem to be having any problems at all. So could it be on my end versus the Pixonic end? Very probable. My the device I'm using right now may be coming up on its last days of being able to run this style of game. Okay, they keep adding new stuff to it. I would like to see the developers make some type of modifications. And I really don't want to go into other games, but Call of Duty Mobile right now has the options to where you can remove the smoke and you can remove the fall down ability. There's so many other things that you can go in and remove manually in the game that if you're running a slower, older device, all right, it allows you to have less lag. Because every time you see a puff of smoke, a spark, a fire, all right, that chews up some type of bandwidth. And that can create lag for you in the game. So I would like to see the options to be able to remove the trail of smoke from the rockets, or be able to remove the sparks and all the visual effects that we have, and just try to keep it basic. Will they do it? I don't know, but that would be really cool if we could get something like that in the game.
And anonymous gamer asking if the incoming community bot could become OP. Anything could be OP, but I don't think so. I think with the community robots, I think it'll be better than the last one, because the Bolt was just, but then again, the Bolt was kind of from the get-go designed for just low league play. This one I think is designed for, all the way through champions, but I really don't foresee ever a community chosen robot becoming meta. But anything's possible. Maybe.
Mix is asking, what could they do with Steam and Game Room if they get a cross-platform to work? Introduce a way to migrate your Steam Game Room accounts to an. You know what, Mix? That would be a really good idea. If you're gonna move from one device to another, maybe I'm on Android and I'm gonna get myself Apple. Instead of having to get a brand new Apple account and move all the way across, or let's say you're on Game Room or Steam and you get an Android account, there should be a way to say, okay, this is my account. This is my confirmed account. I'm getting an Android device. I want to migrate my account over. Therefore, your old device, everything that you had on it would be deleted, and everything that you had would come over to your new Android account or iOS account the same as you had it before. I think that would be something that I would go to the in-game help and see what kind of information they can give you. But account migrating would be a good thing, but could it also be manipulated? I think that could very well be manipulated. So I'm not sure how they would handle all that. I mean, you may have people starting to try and steal accounts, such like that. So I don't know, Mix, but I do like that idea.
And there's a lot of games out there that do offer things like that. It usually does cost a few bucks in order to make that happen. And that's just to try and prevent people from bouncing back and forth, because it's a very manpower intensive thing to do, because somebody has to go in and manually create a brand new account on the other platform for you that matches exactly what your account was. And that just takes a lot of work. which is probably why they don't offer it, because it would take so much work to do it. But I think if they're gonna go cross-platform, I think inevitably they either have to come up with a new login protocol that allows people to link to an email instead of like your Game Center ID for iOS, or I don't even know what people use on Steam or PC, but or I think they use what do they use? Google Play Store, right, on Android.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I think if they come up with another login option that's universal, then that would probably help automate it to a point. But they have to have a lot of the support in place already before they can do that, and we're honestly nowhere near that, in my opinion. That's why it's taken so long for them to really even start doing anything with the cross-platform, other than saying they want to do cross-platform, because it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work to do. But if they want the game to survive, it definitely has to go cross-platform, and I think they do realize that. So I think they are working on it, but it's going to take a while.
Archangel, Chief Islander, love the live chats. Oh, well, thank you, Archangel. We love having you here, brother. Appreciate that. All right, guys, y'all, you got more questions? Start bringing them into the chats now. I think we've pretty much gone over everything that we have, unless we missed something in there. But feel free to come up before I come up with something ridiculous, and y'all know the weird stuff that comes out of my mouth. So hit us up, guys. Large map need new spawn points, and these will be new bots of Titans. I don't know what they're going to do with the spawn points as far as the Titans are going to be concerned. If you're using your Titan bot, okay, we know that they are drastically slow, okay, and you're going to be playing domination. It's going to be a long walk across the map before you can actually get into an engagement. So not sure if they're going to have a separate spawn point for them or not. Maybe allow you to get a little bit closer to the battle. That's going to be up to the developers to decide, and that is also going to be acquired by them in your feedback. And if you're not using the in-game feedback, okay, your complaints into open air and open forums are going to probably go on non-listening ears. You need to get into that in-game chat or in-game help and leave your comments, guys. And we've told y'all this repeatedly over and over again. They do monitor the feedback, all right? It does come in mass waves for them, all right? So they go by the numbers. So if they got 2 complaints about spawn points and 10,000 complaints about lag, all right, they're going to be leaning towards the majority of the problem. So, but you need to get in there, leave your feedback if you have concerns about the game or if you experience problems with the game, to try to get some assistance, or at least get it to the right set of ears.
But could you imagine spawning a Titan on, I don't know, like even carrier, and you're playing domination? Oh, the match is going to be over before you even get anywhere. It's
a long walk.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long walk.
And that's why I don't play domination at all, because I can't stand that walk.
I'm curious as to what's going to happen in free for all. I know you don't play free for all too much, Chief, but are we going to be allowed to have that Titan bot in free for all? That's going to be interesting, and I really, really hope that they do, because man, you can just acquire so much damage in a game of free for all if you have Titans coming into the mix. I'm not sure if they're going to allow them, but that's going to be part of the mix. We're going to have to wait and see. I haven't heard anything from development side on that yet, but it's something that has come up a few times, and I want the answer as much as you guys. So as soon as I find out, I will pass that along to you guys. Let's see here.
25% discount. D's nuts. He's asking about the 25% discount.
Me too. Guys, I have hit them up over and over again. I've gone to the young lady that we use, or that kind of choreographs, or I'm sorry, that runs the YouTube part of it. Okay, and I've sent her a few questions. She's not directly in development; she more handles the YouTube side of it. But I try to acquire information from her every now and then because she's the closest link that I have to them. And as of right now, nothing is being said about the 25% discount. Now, the last time we got the 25% discount, it was not announced either, gentlemen. All right, it came in at the very tail end of the event, and it came in the last week, and we got the 25% weekend, they call it, or Black Friday, or whatever they call it back then. And it came in the last week, and it was unannounced. So I still have hopes that we'll get the 25% discount, but it was never announced that we were going to get it. We did see it in the developer stream. I believe there was a tier that was being upgraded, and it had 25% minus on the silver upgrade part. So we saw it there. Okay, that doesn't mean we're going to get it, but it was a point in the right direction. So we just got to sit and wait tight and see what they're going to do.
Honestly, I wouldn't hold your breath on getting the 25% discount. They had it a couple of events in a row, which was great, and we thought it was kind of going to be a regular thing, but then they just stopped doing it, and we haven't seen one for quite a while. And honestly, I don't think they're going to be doing it anymore. That's just my personal opinion on it. Hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah,
I really do hope you're wrong.
Yeah.
I hope you're wrong. Now we started a trend, guys, where we started hoarding silver. All right, and then we got our 25% discount, and we were doing max upgrades. Okay, and everybody's kind of migrated to doing that, hoarding their silver. Could this be a reason that they'll stop it? Maybe, I don't know. But it will be a trend for us for future events until we stop getting these discounts. But they are a big plus to the game. I can't see any reason why the developers would not want people to have the ability to upgrade, in one fell swoop and move a lot of people upwards on the bar. All right, I'd like to see a lot more players coming to Champion League than what we have right now.
Well, the easiest way to do that, right? Fix the champion crates and start giving better payouts on silver.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say something else, Chief.
Oh, no.
I thought you were going to know. Don't say it, Chief. Don't say it. All right. What about an infinite discount? That would be awesome. Then it wouldn't be a discount anymore, Michael. It would just be part of the game. And that would totally, in my opinion, fix the economy. We could keep the economy where it's at right now if we got an infinite 25% discount. I would be good with that.
DL Carburetor had another question real quick. What suggestions do you have for players to encourage squatting in their clan? He said he rarely gets to squad with members. Honestly, I don't even recommend squatting unless you're just sticking to duos for most people. And that's just because Matchmaker is just so screwed right now. But it is the funnest aspect of the game, in my opinion. You get to hang out with your friends. But I guess as long as you don't get too upset about Matchmaker throwing you against, like some S clan or whatever when you're, all the way down in C or D or even E clan, go for it. Try and have a little bit of fun, but keep the expectations realistic. If people are hesitant to squad with you, it might just be because they don't know really the benefits of squatting. So try and explain to them some of the benefits, and hopefully that helps you out.
Let's see here. Where do you guys see the Titans going in the future? Titan release, more. I see them coming up with a lot more Titans, my friend. Hold on one second. This is just the first generation of Titans that we're going to be getting. Okay, so they can go inspire off in any direction they want to after this. You can have a dashing Titan. You can have, Ragnarok Titan. There's just so many options for them to go with as far as the Titan. They can come up with a whole brand new breed of Titan. So that's why I'm kind of telling you guys, don't start upgrading your Titan, that first one right away. Wait and see what's going to transpire. Wait and see what's coming down the pipe. Now, our weapons are going to be interchangeable. Great. Then you might want to upgrade your weapon. And the old rule is always weapons before boss.
Well, I think that was a question somebody had early on. I forgot to mention it. They were asking what we would recommend them to use their money to upgrade on, and definitely upgrade weapons first, because robots come and go, and they get nerfed a lot more often than the weapons do. So definitely weapons are the best investment. Plus, getting your weapons up will help you do more damage, and damage gets you silver, so
right,
gets you ahead.
Anonymous Gamer, hey Islander, I'm on Android in Champion League. What will it take for me to be in your clan? You got to be all decked out, partner. We are a full MK2 meta clan. Everybody is decked out. Have your everything's got to be pretty much maxed out. I would say about 90% maxed out of what's going on, and give us. Message in or request the clan, and you'll be voted on. Texas. Why Pixonic created the Leech where there was no need for another OP bot. Texas, this is a game to us, Texas. And this is what we come to have fun, and we play, and it's our downtime, and relax, and we hang out with friends. And to us, this is a video game, all right? But every video game ever created anywhere from the early Atari to Pac-Man, all the way to War Robots and beyond, is a business to somebody else. Okay, and when you don't have brand new, fresh product coming into the market, your game will become stagnant. Now, gauging on what you said, I believe that Pixonic is too fresh. Okay, they're constantly putting new meat on the table. I think they need to let whatever that we got going on right now kind of ripen a little bit. All right, allow us to use it, allow us to have fun with it, before they introduce a new bot 3 months down the line. It's just a little too fresh, in my opinion. I give them props, because if you look at a game like, what was that, Battle of Titans that was going to be coming out, that was supposed to be taking over War Robots, and it came out and it went completely stagnant. No new maps, no new weapons, no new bots. All right, they were going to allow the people to play it and have fun with it. Okay, but what happened was everybody left that particular game, and now if you go play it, you're going to play against AI bots. So you always need something new and fresh on the table. I just think they're a little bit too fast. But, keep in mind, it is their business. This is a business. It's not just a video game to them. They're developers. They're not really game players.
Let's see. Oh, Lieutenant Johnny Rico, he's asked this a couple of times as well. What about having different levels in Champion League for matchmaking? Well, I think to a small degree they kind of already do. They have the different, each 100 players gets, put into that Champion League ranking, I guess, League 1 or Legend League, and then League 2, League 3, and so on all the way down. But I don't think it's weighted very highly. I think it weights a lot more highly on just the fact that you're in Champion League. It doesn't matter if you're in Legend League or if you're barely in Champs. So I think having additional leagues could be helpful, but you'll eventually run into the same problem, because people will just continue to go up unless the leagues reset like they do now for Champion League, where it resets at the beginning of the season and everybody goes back down to the 5K trophies. If it does not do that, then you're just going to end up in the same position you're in now. So it's not gonna help to increase the number of Champion Leagues. But if it does reset, then I guess this could, it might have a small impact on it. I don't know.
Yeah, we've covered this a couple of times before, Johnny, And matchmaking is not just an issue of league. All right, I believe it should be a combination of league and a certain value system based on your hanger. Okay, and if they were to do something like that in the middle, then it wouldn't matter if somebody was MK2 maxed out and he's in Go League. All right, he take down the Go League or Expert League. It wouldn't make a difference. He's still got to compete against people that have the same level of gear as him. And if you were to couple that with Champion League, I think that would go a long ways to fix the matchmaking, and it would go even a longer way to fix the amount of tanking that we have in the game. All right, so if I'm in Champion League and I get all the champion perks in a match, and you're in Expert League and you get expert perks, but you're constantly going to be matched up against other champions, even though you're an expert. Well, what is the purpose for you staying down an expert other than to pick on expert players that have less gear if they're going to be forcing you to play higher gear players? And that would be a really good direction to go in as far as the matchmaking. Not just the league you're in, but also the caliber of hanger that you have, as to where you're going to be paired off. Let's see, your mom. Why do S-Clans seal club for hours? That has nothing to do with the clan, Mom. That has everything to do with the matchmaking and the players that are on at that time, okay? The guys that are in S-Clans or A-Clans or whatever clan they're in, they're just getting together and playing the game for a few hours, hanging out with buddies, and they're going to do what they're going to do. Matchmaking is going to put them wherever they belong, and that's what we're just kind of covering right now. I think that's why you see a lot of the S-rank clans trying to do time drops with other S-rank clans, trying to match up against each other to avoid going out and playing against a group of random players, and doing what you call the seal clubbing, okay? It's not fun for you guys, and it's really not fun for the S-rank clan. You're going in there to compete. All right, and when you go there and win a game in 2 matches, that's not a competition match. So that's why the time dropping and all these time dropping channels have started up, is so that these players can match up against themselves. But every now and then, there's just not players available to be ready to go exactly at the exact same time that you are. So it has to do with timing, it has to do with matchmaking, and all of that is just one huge lump of coal.
And it has to do with the economy, because they have to grind for a ton of silver to keep all their stuff at MK2. So. All right.
War Robots was more fun in 2016. I disagree, Michael. I'm still having as much fun now as I did then. All right, things are just a little bit different. I actually went back and I used my my Battle.Rec account, and I brought out some of the older bots, and I played some of the old meta bots with modern weapons and brought it into our era right now. And I could not deal with how slow the bots were. All right, the game has progressed so much on speed now. That if you go out and you try to run the older bots now, it drags really bad. So yeah, I mean, War Robots was a lot of fun in 2016, but I'm still having a blast with it, and that's why I'm still here, because the game is still fun. Once the game is no longer fun for me, then it's time for me to move on. But I'm just having a blast with it. So I guess that's just a matter of opinion.
So I think probably the most important question I've seen so far today, Don Jose just asked, what do y'all think about Popeye's chicken sandwich?
I haven't had it yet. I've seen the long lines outside of our Popeyes down the road, but I still haven't gone to the Popeyes to get that chicken sandwich yet. I've just been kind of avoiding it.
And I haven't had it just because I live in a gluten-free household, unfortunately, so it's not allowed for me. But I imagine it's pretty damn good. Um, so I think we should probably open it up to some final questions here. Look to start
Okay, sounds
wrapping it
pretty good.
up. Um, tried to do our best this time to get through more of the questions. I think Islander and I both felt on the last podcast we both kind of missed quite a few of the questions and comments. Try to keep up with chat, but we did our best this time. So hopefully it was a little better for all of you viewing. But if you have any last minute questions or anything that you want to throw out there, definitely throw it into the chat now.
Is 80 Gaming in here?
He
I
was
keep seeing
earlier.
80. Oh, okay, I keep seeing 80's name coming up.
No, he's quoting or making a joke.
Oh, okay, I got you.
There are giant war robots, anonymous gamer, or not necessarily war robots, but there are giant robots, and soon enough, I'm sure they will be developed into military use. So we will see war robots in real life.
Oh yeah, I think they already have a lot of artificial intelligence bots right now. So any word on the prices? JD's asking. What prices, JD? What are you talking about as far as pricing? Speed bots kill leeches. Yep, absolutely, Johnny Rico. They do. There's AD. I knew he was in there. He just popped up. What's going on, AD? How you doing, partner? How do you guys counter leeches in squads? Other leeches. Phantoms are pretty good as well.
I don't know. It depends on what kind of squad or game I'm in. If it's and how bad the leech pissed me off. If he really pissed me off, I might not care if he's got a teammate leech, and I'll just lay into him with my vipers or something. But I try not to do that too often. But
Islander in Chief, when have they made a tanker league? They already do, partner. It's called LPQ, low priority queue. Do I think tankers should have their own league? No, absolutely not. Taking the game is something that is definitely frowned upon. Not much we can do about it. That's up to Pixonic if and when they want to address the tanking. But since it's based on the game is based on the levels of the robots you have. Okay, so if you're going to be using your bots to tank down, it's just bad for the game. So I would not award them with their own league. No. He faced the Pursuer without a last stand. Yeah, the Pursuer is awesome, AD. I'm telling you, man. People still don't believe me, but it's a great bot. Believe it or not. You know, I'll never abandon mine until he's literally forced out of my lineup. But it's a good bot. The operations pass. I believe I read that up somewhere. They're asking any word for the next operations pass. What it's going to be? I'm hoping, or not hoping, but I'm kind of guessing we're going to see something that's in between Gathering Storm and Raging Typhoon. All right. I don't think it's going to be as good as Gathering Storm, and I don't think it's going to be as bad as Raging Typhoon. I think they're going to try to find a middle ground. I'm hoping. All right. If it gets worse than Raging Typhoon, then I'll just keep my $15 and buy premium.
yeah, I'm hoping, especially given the timing for the next one coming over the holidays, I'm hoping that it's actually going to be pretty generous, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it is Christmas. Christmas is the season of giving, so hopefully they'll give a little bit. Hopefully we'll get back. Hopefully the feedback was strong enough to show the overwhelming favor and we did a few videos on my channel on that, that I actually shot over the Pixotics so they could see what you guys had to say between the difference between Gathering Storm and Raging Typhoon and which ones you like better. And it was like a 99.9% favor of Gathering Storm, okay? And I actually forwarded that video so they could read the comments in the comment section over to the developers. So hopefully they looked at it and they took your comments into consideration, and maybe we'll see something very similar to what we had before. AD Gaming, max it out, homie. Get that bad boy up.
Pursuer was one of the funnest robots for me back in the day.
Oh, Chief, it still is, partner. I don't know if you got one that's maxed out, but if you do, give them another go and just work your ins and outs and see how much fun that bot still is, especially when you go and you're taking down the Ares and when you're taking down the Leeches. Your biggest problem bot that you're gonna have is the Phantom. That is the biggest problem bot I have at this point. It's not the Leech, it's the Phantom, because you're dealing with a bot that has that one extra ability, okay, and equal to or greater speed than you. So he tends to be more of a problem.
Did anybody see Manny's video where he used the bolt to outperform metabots? Let's be real, it was an MK2 bolt with MK2 weapons. Well, true. I released a video a long time ago also where I showed me playing a bolt, and it wasn't even MK2, and doing well with it. You can do well with any robot in the game in the right match against the right opponents. But one thing you probably didn't see was the 15 matches before that where the bolt just absolutely sucked and he didn't put on video. All YouTubers go through it except for probably Islander, because he doesn't care what he puts up. He records and he shows you what it was raw. But yeah, it's definitely
yeah. I mean, I do zero editing on my channel. I have no editing at all, and not that I wouldn't edit. It's just that I don't have any editing skills. Okay, so I play the matches I play with the amount of work that I have, but my time is limited for recording. So when I say I'm going to record the next 2 or 3 matches that I play, that's it. I don't got another 30 or 40 minutes or an hour or 2 hours to go do more recordings to hope I get a good match. All right. If I get a good match, great. If I got my ass kicked, so be it. Nobody, like I've said before, nobody in this game is undefeated. Nobody. And nobody is going to be undefeated. We all get our stuff had. I did play one match, and I wish I would have been recording that day where I had 3.2 million damage, okay, and 3 kills. Everybody stole my kill. I was laughing my butt off. To me, it was hilarious. I can see where some people would get upset and frustrated. To me, it was just so funny that I could get all that damage, and here comes a little speed bot at the very last second, and boom, 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 and gone. My kill's gone, and I could not finish off a kill to save my life. That would have been the ultimate recording, because I had 3.2 million damage, 3 kills. All right, and the guy that had first place, I had like $1.5 million damage with 15 kills. It was just awesome, man. It was so funny.
Okay, just real quick, since apparently I struck a nerve with somebody that goes by the name Snowflake or something similar to that, based on something that I stated, answering a question, sharing my opinion on something, because this is, a show where we share our opinions. That's exactly what this whole platform is for. And they asked about squatting, and I said I could not recommend for people to squat above duos because Matchmaker is so screwed up. I gave that opinion, and apparently it struck a nerve with somebody so bad that they had to jump on my Discord and try calling me out about it. And they don't understand the concept that, well, first of all, this is my channel, and this show specifically is for us to share our opinions. The viewers' opinions, Islander and myself, our opinions, we share it with you. And I am not going to bullshit somebody and tell them it's all, roses when it's not. Matchmaker is screwed. I'm not going to recommend to anybody to play in a squad above players of 2 simply because of Matchmaker. Matchmaker is so screwed up right now, and I've been saying that. And if you watch my streams, we've been doing duo drops or time drops against other squads because Matchmaker is just, it sucks for everybody. It sucks for the S clans. It sucks for the lower league clans because it just sucks and it's broken. So anyway, if you disagree with something that I have to say, definitely share your opinion, share your thoughts on it, but don't go in my Discord and start calling me out, because you know what? That just makes you look like an idiot and a little kid. And yeah, they didn't like me calling them a kid, but whatever, they probably are. So anyway, Snowflake or Flow Snake, whatever your name is, get bent.
Well, I'll tell you what, Snowflake would fit the name awesome. If you're going to be offended by a comment, you asked a question, he gave you an answer. All right, my answers are different than Chief. Me and Chief don't agree on everything. All right, but his opinion is opinion. His opinion is his opinion. And if you don't like it, well, then don't ask the damn question, okay? Or if you're that easily offended, take your ass over to Angry Birds, where you don't have to worry about stuff like that. If you're going to come on here, ask us our opinion, we're going to give you our opinions, but don't try to turn around and then go and blast it out on social media somewhere. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Anyway, that got me all excited for a minute, but then it passed. No, you didn't ask the question, but I shared my opinion. So don't go on my social or on my Discord just to try and call me out, because it makes you look like an ass, and it is what it is. I mean, you want to get banned from my channel, I got no problem doing that. I try to open it up to everybody, but if you're going to be an ass, then you can just get bent. Quick and easy. All right, so did we miss anything? Any last questions here? I think probably going to be time to start wrapping it up anyway.
I think that's gonna do it. Evo, yeah, bro, we'll calm down a little bit. We got a little heated up over here.
Yeah, I get a little excited when people try and reach out and poke me, man. I get a little excited sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I think that's probably going to be wrapping it up, man. I appreciate Islander coming on once again, and I appreciate everybody that participated. I think we had a lot more participation in from the viewers this time. I really liked it. Yeah,
I like this whole open forum, and I think we should add open forum to the channel maybe once a month. I think it's kind of cool where we're actually just doing nothing more but focusing on the chat, versus what our topics are at that point, and going over the chat. It's kind of cool, Chief. I really did like it, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And as always, I mean, just make sure that you guys continue that participation, because this channel, it is here, or this whole podcast is here for you to share your thoughts, your ideas, your questions, whatever it is, and definitely continue to do that. And I guess that's probably going to be it, everybody. So Islander, once again, thank you very much, sir. And until next week, everybody stay safe and stay warm, because it's cold.
Not down here, it's not.